Welcome to the Business Miracles Podcast. I'm Heather Dominick, founder of BusinessMiracles.com and author of the book Different, The Highly Sensitive Leadership Revolution, found at differentthebook.com. Since 2010, I've been training highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders from around the globe to work less while making more, impact and income, by doing things differently. I'm so glad you joined me. Listen in and get ready. Get ready for a shift in the way you view yourself, your work, your life. A business miracle. Join me as I walk you through a powerful exercise that you can use anytime and anywhere to instantly support you with calming your nervous system when you feel overstimulated and overwhelmed. We are here today to focus on the order form to the universe, which is one of our primary energy management tools, and an order form to the universe specifically in support of managing end of year energy. So let's take a moment just to really connect in to what it means to be in this time of year. And if helpful, as always, you can place your hand on your heart as a reminder, or for those of you who are new to the community, an introduction that this is a real, immediate, instantaneous way to calm the nervous system. So again, if helpful, you can place your hand on your heart as we take a moment to just look at what does it mean to be in this time of year. So this time of year is really supposed to be, from a social perspective, all about celebration, right? There's holidays such as Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, the Advent season, winter solstice, Christmas holiday, the new year. And historically, these traditions, these celebrations were put in place at this time of the year to really support those in the Northern Hemisphere with how dark it is right now. I just marvel every year at this time of year. I was like, I'm always saying to my sweetheart husband, if it was summer right now, we would just be having lunch and it's like 5 o'clock at night and it's pitch dark out. So these holidays, these traditions are to support us in being able to reconnect to the light. And as so interestingly we have done as human beings, we have turned this time of year into typically a massive ball of anxiety. Places to be, things to do, people to connect with, obligations to fulfill. And for those of us who are highly sensitive, we are always feeling things much more deeply. So that anxiety tends to register in our nervous system to a greater or deeper degree. Let's add on top of that all of the other aspects of these exceptional times that we have been managing ourselves through. We've been managing through racial justice movement. We have been managing through political upheaval. We are managing through climate change. And as I have shared, these exceptional times are not for us to bury our head in the sand and try to get through. These times are an opportunity to rise up. And this time of year heightens that opportunity more than ever. So I want to connect us back to some concepts. For some of you, you'll be hearing these concepts for the first time. In no way feel like, oh my gosh, I have to master everything that Heather is saying in this moment. Just allow it to just wash through your cells. What's meant to land now will land. What you're meant to return to later, there will be opportunity to do so. For those of you who have heard this before, it might be as if you're actually hearing it for the first time, and that's okay. If you've heard it before, you might be hearing it now differently. Or it might just be an opportunity to, again, return, revisit. So, first, let's remember the power of equanimity. Equanimity, a mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. How have you been doing with equanimity? Is it a concept that you completely forgot about, lost touch with? Is it a concept that makes you angry, resentful, annoyed? Is it a concept you've been dancing with? Is it a concept that maybe has been a little bit of touch and go? Is it a concept that is something you've been really proactively working with? No right, no wrong, no judgment, but an opportunity to return, a sense of mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. Also, a reminder of the collective trauma that we have been experiencing. Trauma being an emotional shock following a stressful event, deeply distressing. Connecting that to the Schumann resonance, which is the heartbeat of the earth. The calm heartbeat of the earth, or the resonance, is at 7.83 hertz. The Earth's resonance was calculated at 158 at the beginning of December 2019. Literally as if the Earth was having a panic attack. What impact does that may or may not have for us as people, as highly sensitives, and in or within our highly sensitive nervous system? I also introduced the concept of 3D versus 5D leadership. 3D consciousness, D standing for the dimension of consciousness, is viewing things from a purely physical state. 3D is survival of the fittest. 4D is the beginning of a gateway to the fifth. 4D begins to awaken the consciousness to ideas such as the importance of diet, meditation, leading a healthy lifestyle. 5D, you begin to understand that all are one and we are all connected. The shift happening collectively on the planet right now, the Schumann resonance being a significant sign of this shift from 3D to 5D. Some of the ways that this might impact you. Feeling the shift from a physical perspective, such as maybe experiencing ringing in the ears, waking up between 2 and 4 a.m., dreaming vividly, experiencing fatigue, dehydration, almost sometimes seeing objects that aren't really there, and then they're there and then they're gone again. Maybe things that are happening within your teeth or tingling within the body, swings in appetite. The mental symptoms of experiencing the shift, feelings of fear, anger, sadness, or a sense of homesickness. Homesickness for a place you're not even sure you're meant to be belonging. Ways to manage the shift. Time in nature, exercise, listening to your body, utilizing your voice, being in supportive community in regards to the shift. And then you add this time of year. This time of year, more than ever, will be a challenge. Do we just rubber band back to habits and traditions that typically kick up or are triggered at this time of the year? Or do we do it differently? Do we consciously connect in to be able to ride the wave of the shift during this time of year. Again, typically a time of intensity, a time of anxiety, already within a time frame of heightened intensity and heightened anxiety. What is available to support you first and foremost? The core practice of energy management tools, such as the order form to the universe. Typically, when I teach the order form to the universe, I will often hear from highly sensitives either, I'm not really sure how I feel. And then, therefore, I'm not really sure how I do or don't want to feel. And that uncertainty of feeling often comes from the experience of typically only coping through the overstimulation that our nervous system experiences. And coping only, or being in the shadow state of being highly sensitive, typically will have you disconnected, disassociated from yourself, then therefore your feelings, and then therefore your experience. It's almost as if your body doesn't belong to you. And I know we have all, to some degree, had experiences as highly sensitives where it feels as if you leave your body because the overwhelm is so intense. The other reason that sometimes it's difficult to get a sense of what you do or don't want and do and don't want to feel is simply the words are lacking to begin to put language to what your body is experiencing, to what your nervous system is experiencing, and then therefore your feelings and emotions are experiencing. The order form to the universe, or any energy management tool as I teach it, is intended to support you in that reconnection. So, what is going to be the golden key to riding the wave of the shift, and especially riding the wave of the shift at this time of year, is going to be your privilege of agency to connect and reconnect as needed to yourself, to your wants, and to your body and nervous system as an instrument to navigate those wants, to activate that privilege of agency, to give language to those wants, to those feelings. And that is the shift in motion from 3D to 5D. It doesn't happen internally only. It is meant to be experienced in the world. So together, we are going to engage in the order form to the universe when it comes to managing end of year energy. If you haven't already, please open up your journal, your notebook to a beautiful, bright, clean sheet. Make sure you have something to write with, and write at the top of the page, OFTU, managing end of year energy. Question number 1. What don't I want when it comes to managing end of year energy? Now, before you go any further in answering this question, here is my invitation for this collective community, OFTU. For each answer to each question of the OFTU, you will write 1, 2, 3 responses only. So, what don't you want when it comes to managing end of year energy? And allow that to come forward now. What don't you want? If you find yourself gravitating towards feelings, ask, what would cause this feeling in me? And that's the response to this first question. It's just, what don't you want? So maybe you don't want to go shopping this time of year. Maybe you don't want family conflict. Maybe you don't want to be operating out of obligation. Maybe you don't want it to snow. Maybe you don't want to wear red. Maybe you don't want to sit on Santa's lap. Whatever it might be for you, but keep the feelings out of it. For this section, this question of the OFTU. And again, 1 to 3. Next question. Now, what don't you want to feel? What don't you want to feel when it comes to managing end of year energy? Gosh, what don't I want? Oh, I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel bored. Or I don't want to feel apathetic. Or any further deeper connection to help with that process of clarity. And again, 1 to 3. Next question. When it comes to managing end of year energy, what do you want? What do you want? Now, again, think actions, tasks, activities, experiences. I do want just 10 minutes sitting in my bunny slippers and onesie with a cup of hot cocoa, staring out at the palm trees. I do want it to snow. I do want to be left alone. I do want to connect only with people that I really feel a deep connection with. I do want access to privilege of agency, or whatever it might be for you, connecting into heart, 1 to 3. And then next question. When it comes to managing end of year energy, what do you want to feel? If you immediately think, oh, I want to feel relaxed, what does that connect to? Or I do want to feel, maybe serene. I do want to feel thankful. I do want to feel proud of my choices. And again, 1 to 3. And then the golden key question of the order form to the universe. What do you want others to feel? What do you want others to feel? Now, this is a golden key question of the order form to the universe because it tends to kick up all kinds of highly sensitive shadow issues. I'm not supposed to control anyone else, or how do I take personal responsibility, but also be able to say how I want others to feel. If helpful, you can think of it as a wish. I wish for you, and a way to acknowledge that others are separate from you and you are separate from others. Because you may be able to feel what someone else is feeling does not mean that you are responsible. But you can give them a wish. How do you want others to feel? And again, 1 to 3. And then if you desire to take it one baby step further, based on this order form to the universe in regards to managing end of year energy, what is an intuitive hit you receive just right here in this moment as a result of this OFTU for next inspired action? Maybe this OFTU has helped you get clear about something you haven't considered in terms of a way of being, a way of operating, or interacting as part of this truly sacred end of year time. All energy management, including the order form to the universe, is to support the calming of the nervous system and then therefore access to both agency and divinity, showing you a new way, an opening, a glimmer to how to shift from past 3D patterns into new 5D opportunities. And that we truly are empowered to set the frame energetically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for this time of year. Feel the energy and remember the power that we truly have and own as highly sensitive leaders.
Thank you for being a part of this Business Miracles podcast episode and for beginning to dip your toe into the journey of highly sensitive leadership training. If you are ready to truly use your sensitivities as strengths in all parts of your work and life, I invite you to connect for a one-on-one chat. You will experience being deeply listened to, and together we'll get a sense of whether the highly sensitive leadership training programs are the best next step for you and your highly sensitive journey at this time. Just go to www.claritycall.com to schedule a conversation. We so look forward to connecting with you. Talk to you soon.